pulpit. Just as Pastor Nance said, I had the privilege to go to Colombia to visit with the Putney family, our missionaries to Colombia, over in Rio Negro, which is a city of Medellin, which is one of the states in Colombia. And I just wanted to mention a little bit of why I went there. And a couple months ago, there was a youth rally over at Grace Baptist Temple, where evangelist, I think his name is Brother Duhart. Brother Duhart. Yeah, he spoke about doing great things for God, and he spoke about the passage in 1 Samuel, I believe it's 1 Samuel, when it talks about Jonathan and his armor bearer who went over to defeat the garrison of the Philistines, and that really just spoke to me that we should always attempt to do great things for God, and then just God spoke to me that way. And then I heard a prayer letter right here from the pulpit about the Putney family. Never met them before, never heard of them, but just God said, find out a little more about the work there. So I did. I went on their website, found out more about them, and then just via Facebook, I sent them a random message saying, "Hey, brother, I'm so-and-so from Southside Baptist Church, and the Lord laid in my heart just to come out there and try to be a blessing." And he said, "Okay." And I was pretty surprised. I didn't know if he thought I was crazy or if I was a Yahoo or whatnot. But I'll talk about that a little later. But to make a long story short, I had no idea how I was going to get there, even though it was just for 6 days. But God provided the means, the funds, and even permission for my boss and for my wife, my pregnant wife, to facilitate me to go. So I got there on Wednesday, which was I think 2 Wednesdays ago, and I got there and everything was just like rush. I got in at 2:00 with a little bit of sleep, and got there that Wednesday, and Brother Putney gave me the privilege of just bringing my testimony about my salvation and why I was there. And God has a sense of humor, I think, because I was born in Nicaragua, but my Spanish isn't the greatest. I understand it pretty well, but I don't speak it too well. So he had to translate for me. And so you got the Spanish guy, talking in English, and then you got the blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy from Idaho, translating in Spanish. So that was pretty interesting, but God blessed that, and there was a sweet spirit, and I just thank God that He allowed me to do that. And then there was a little caveat in the whole thing. I didn't know until I got there, but I had to help him move. But it was in God's timing. God knows why I was there, to help him move, and I just thought I'd do my best to help him move, because I'm moving as well, like Pastor Nance was saying on this Saturday, Spring Hill. So praise be to God. God's provided some help there as well. So I helped him move, him and his family, to a safer area, because the thing is, where he was living at the church temporarily, but culturally, if you're not from the area, and especially if you're a foreigner, it's very dangerous, because they think that automatically, if you're a foreigner and you live in Colombia, in that city, that you have money. So he always had that on the back of his mind, and just for his peace of mind and for his family's peace of mind, they moved to an area that was relatively close. So we did the move on Thursday from 8 in the morning till 8 at night, and it was just a huge blessing just to get to know him in the process and all that, and just fellowship with him, and just get to know him and his family and his two children. And then on, let's see here, now we're on Friday. Friday we did some visitation. And I thought, man, we're gonna knock like 100 doors, see the whole town saved. But we got to meet with 3 people that day, or 3 families. And culturally there, each visit, unlike here, takes about maybe an hour to 2 hours, because it's just a cultural thing. They allow you to come into their house just to speak with them. They want to feed you, be hospitable. So that's what happened. We went to 3 homes, and praise be to God, in one of those homes, there was a church member there that knew a family that wanted to learn more about the gospel. So we went there. They had their objections, but instead of handing these objections, we went straight to the heart of the matter, which was salvation, and they got saved. Praise be to God. It was a husband and wife, and what was a great sign is that they came to a prayer service that Saturday. So that was encouraging to me and to Pastor Putney that they came, and so that was Friday, and then on Saturday. Let's see what we did on Saturday. Saturday we had the prayer service, and we just had a good time of fellowship. Got to know the people there, and got to know him better. And just to let you know, and we had visitation in the morning. So we went on visitation. We did some door knocking. And what's interesting is that what I was telling him and his people there is that there's a big Roman Catholic influence there, and they know that. There's even a Jehovah's Witness influence there. And before I forget, praise be to God, that there was one saved recently that was a Jehovah's Witness and now regularly and faithfully attends. And there's a strong Pentecostal and charismatic movement there. And what I was telling them is that, the devil doesn't care about that, because that actually helps him. But now that there's a independent, fundamental, Bible-believing New Testament church there, that causes the devil problems, and that's they're on the radar now, so to speak. But I'm excited because God's doing a great work there. He's going to start a Bible Institute soon. He's going to start a soul-winning training soon, and also Brother Putneys already set up a discipleship program already established there. So I'm just excited for the work that's going on there. And I remember I told Brother Charlie that the money that we've given, and even the churches here just around the country, it's well invested, because a lot of those programs that that are going to be started and on all those ministries, there's a lot of churches that don't even have that, even here in the States. So I'm just excited what God's doing there. And what I just want to convey is, because I had a lot of misconceptions about what a missionary does, but a missionary there in Colombia, or just in general, has almost the same responsibility, so to speak, of a stateside pastor. They need to pray, they need to minister unto the people, they need to preach, they need to go to visitation, door knocking, preach 3 or more services, and also they carry the burdens of the people, and also have to protect the people there, just like how our pastor protects the flock here. So with all that said, I just encourage you to, I'd highly encourage you to pray for our missionaries, pray for our pastor especially, because I got a little glimpse of what a pastor goes through on a day-to-day basis. It was only 6 days, but I got a glimpse there, and they go through a lot. They go through a lot, so I just highly encourage you to continue to lift them up in prayers, our missionaries, our pastor, just on a daily basis. Because just like how the devil attacks on a daily basis, we need to be praying on a daily basis. And on Sunday, he gave me the privilege of preaching in the morning. There was I think one person who responded to salvation, and in Colombia, it's more of a process. Sometimes it happens where you speak to them about the salvation, about gospel, and they receive it. And sometimes it just takes, it's a process. It takes a couple visits. But the people there are hungry to hear the word of God. And believe it or not, we even heard through the grapevine that I think the Roman Catholics there are thinking about doing door knocking. So it's a very interesting. It's very interesting what the enemy's trying to do there. So, and they're also calling people that give tracts like Victory Baptist Church there in Rio Negro devils, for the ones that pass out the tracts that have the gospel and things like that. So the enemy's attacking, and they are definitely on the radar. So I just say pray for them, and I'm just thankful how God just used me there. And like I was telling a few people here, I try to be a huge blessing there, but I think I came out with most of the blessings. And and just pray for Brother Putney. I think he hurt his hand on the day before I left, because we were playing a little basketball, and he just wanted me to mention that he beat me. So pray pray about his pride as well. And I just want to give thanks to God for for everything he did, how he orchestrated everything, because I don't know where in the world the money came from, but he supplied it. And I just thank God that he protected my wife while I was gone, and even though she was like homeless for half a day, but I'll let her give you details about that later. But thank you so much for this time. Thank you, Pastor.